The BET 2023 Awards, Busta Rhymes made you want to jump. Woo-hoo, and Pescavassier. Y'all, if you had saw my last video, you would have known that I watched the BET 2023 Music Awards and I enjoyed it. It was such a great time had by all. Yes, I enjoyed it so much. I actually hung out with my mom and we were just living our best every decade of our lives. It was just such a fun show, and if you had missed it, I highly recommend you catch the replay at some point within the next, couple of weeks or so, just so it still remains fresh for you. But one of the highlights of the evening was Busta Rhymes winning his BET Lifetime Achievement Award, and let me tell you something, it was long overdue. I can't say enough about Busta Rhymes. I love Busta Rhymes. So many of us do. I mean, he's just a quintessential legend, and I am so excited for him. I'm still excited. It's a few days later, and I'm still excited for his win. And watching his performance that night, it just brought me almost to tears. Honestly, all of the performance looked so good, right? I mean, people that we have been jamming to for years coming out there in their very best. I mean, just looking so good and fit and healthy. I enjoyed every bit of it. It was like having a family reunion of sorts. But part of the beautiful moments that was also captured was his acceptance speech. And boy, it really was so nice to hear such a humbling story and his journey about how he really became who he is today, or really who he always was meant to be. So with that, go ahead and sit back and relax. And oh, hey, by the way, if I hadn't already done it, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Quick Take Celebrity News edition. And you know what we're going to be talking about? Well, Busta Rhymes Lifetime Achievement, of course. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. People.com is sharing that Busta Rhymes tears up in BET Awards Lifetime Achievement speech and urges rappers not to fight, but love each other. The rap icon reflected on his career, shouted out his children, and encouraged love and kindness at the 2023 BET Awards. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, we can never have enough of that. The 2023 BET Awards Lifetime Achievement honor went to none other than the great Busta Rhymes on Sunday, and the rap icon accepted the award with an emotional speech. At the end of the ceremony, Busta teared up as he accepted the Lifetime Achievement Award, reflecting on his career and encouraging rappers to stop fighting with one another and focus on putting out great music to cement their legacies. So I'm gonna wear it on my sleeve. I Do Want to Cry began the I Know What You Want rapper 51 as he became emotional and wiped tears from his eyes. He spoke about getting his start in Leaders of the New School and shouted out his 6 children. My oldest child was a 3-year-old in the Woo-Ha video back in '96. He's 30. He's right here. I went on and I had 5 more kids after that. So I got 6 beautiful children. 5 out of the 6 of them is here with the young boss at home. The Grammy nominee recalled feeling scared when the rap group broke up in 1994 because he never wanted to be a solo artist. I ain't like the responsibility of making a full song. I'm good with getting the 16 bars, busting everybody's badunkadunk and getting up out of here, said Busta. So I got kicked out of the group and I was scared. Recalling getting kicked out of Leaders of the New School after the group appeared on a remix of A Tribe Called Quest Scenario in 1992, 4 years before his debut solo album was released in 1996. In the interim, he hustled to secure guest spots on other artists' songs. I knew all the receptionists that worked at the studios, and I would call them, "Who's working in there tonight?" And they would tell me, and I would go to this little Mary Jane spot, said the Grammy nominee, noting that he'd bring Mary Jane to recording studios and pretend he was supposed to be there. I would act like I was working in those studio rooms the night before and I forgot something in there. Y'all, I left my rhyme book. I gotta get something. I gotta look for something. Good to see y'all. Can I come through? Continue Busta. He spoke about offering Mary Jane to the working musicians and quickly writing a rap verse while sitting in the studio. And when they asked me what I was doing, I said, let me go in the booth and do it. I ain't telling you my rhyme until you let me in the booth. And I go into the booth and I spit. The musicians would want his verse on the song, so he'd later return to his professional team and tell them, yo, send that invoice for $5,000, send that one for $10,000, and send that one for $15,000, $30,000, $40,000 a week. I ain't got to split it up with nobody in the group. true? I like that. Long story short, by default, I pioneered the feature. That way, he was also able to feed his oldest son. Next, Busta spoke about approaching other rappers with love and kindness. I see so many people in here that I've known and I've grown with for a long time, and y'all watched me grow. And I love y'all, and I know y'all love me, but I'm a real giver of love. Sometimes I know I might overwhelm you. I want to hug you and I won't let you go. I shake your hand. After thanking several individuals who stuck beside him throughout his career, Busta encouraged other rappers to stop these little petty beefs that we be doing. Y'all messing up the bag. Y'all messing up the energy. I don't like when I talk to these dudes that run these streaming platforms and they're talking about, we turning the consumer off because there's so much little this and little that going on with you rappers. We're gonna stop that. We're gonna love each other and we're gonna get to this money. Despite coming from the 90s era of rap music, Busta expressed admiration for all of my new artists and shouted out every new artist that's contributing and doing their job. Specifically, he mentioned Ice Spice, Coi Leroy, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Wu-Tang, and Nas. We're gonna stop this narrative like we don't love each other. This divide thing, it's corny, it's tired, it's whack, he said. And then after his impassioned speech, Busta went out there and did a show for us. Like, I felt like I was at a real live concert. So yeah, I am so excited to have been able to bring this sharing to you because the show was such a good time. Such an impassioned speech, I tell you. And the performance that followed, woo, spectacular. Chef's kiss. It was one of the best free concerts I've been to in a really long time. And I thank him for all of the efforts. He really is part of the soundtrack of our lives. So with that, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and leave your comments down below. If you saw the BET Awards, go ahead and drop it down. If you haven't, you plan on it, go ahead and let me know down below as well. And what did you think about Busta Rhymes winning the Lifetime Achievement Award? Don't you think it was about time? Make sure you go ahead and give him a congratulations down in the comment section below too. I would so appreciate that, and I'm sure if he ever was hopping upon this video, he probably would too. And by the way, it could have happened to a nicer guy. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, go ahead and hit subscribe and become part of the family. Would so love to have you. Make sure you give this video a like on your way out because it definitely helps the channel. I so appreciate it. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and be blessed. Bye.